Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new to my channel, I'm Catherine. I'm continuing my cruising series today with a video on the different types of cabins. There are basically three different cabin types. There's an inside, a balcony, and a suite. And then within each different type there are different categories. For example, the least inexpensive inside category cabin might be near a noisy part of the ship, probably in a lower level, whereas the most expensive inside category might be in the top part of the ship, where it's more quiet, where the floor is just cabins. Just to fill you in a little bit, I have sailed in all the categories, well, except for the very, luxurious suite type. The inside is usually the most economical, but it's just as nicely appointed and comfortable as any of the other cabins, well, aside from, the most expensive suites. You get the same service as an ocean view or a balcony. Example, it's cleaned twice a day, you have nightly turn down service, you get your chocolate on your pillow, there's a TV. It's perfect for the budget traveler or somebody that really doesn't care about their cabin, that they just want a place to sleep, basically. I myself have traveled in an inside cabin 3 times in the Caribbean and once on a 14 European Baltic cruise. The reason we chose the inside for the 14-day was we had to make a decision. We wanted to spend 4 days in Paris so we could use the money that we would have spent on the upgraded balcony, or we could just go with the inside and get to go to Paris. So we chose Paris. And, in a way I was kind of happy we had the inside, because when you're on a 2-week cruise, and especially in Europe, it can be a bit of a grind, because every day you're in a new country and you're on an excursion, and the excursions can last anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. You're tired. You don't have much spare time for doing much else other than eating, sleeping. You might catch a show in the evening, but most people are pretty tired. The thing that I like about the inside cabin is that no matter the time of day, your cabin is always dark. So if you're the type of person that likes to have an afternoon nap and you're bothered by the brightness, I think that an inside cabin is a great choice. And as I said, I don't mind them. Of course, I prefer a balcony, but I wouldn't hesitate to go in an inside cabin again. An ocean view cabin usually has a porthole or a picture window. And I think that they are becoming fewer and fewer. It seems that the newer ships are heading more towards all balconies. I was in a ocean view cabin, I think it was my very first cruise. It was okay. I mean, it was nice to have the window to look out, but it's not my favorite type. As I said, a balcony would be my preference. The balcony cabins are the most predominant on the newer ships, and within the balcony cabin you would have your regular balcony cabin, a mini suite, a larger suite, and the owner's suite. I've never stayed in an owner's suite. I'm sure they're lovely. Each cruise line refers to the categories of their balcony differently, so you want to check with your cruise line and just go on their website, and they will have schematics and photographs of all their different, of all of the different category of cabins. Obviously, when you have a balcony, you have a balcony where you can stand or have chairs to sit on. Depending on the category of balcony that you book, your balcony will vary in size. The standard balcony, you usually have 2 upright chairs with 2 footstools and a small table. And let me tell you, the balconies today, especially on the Princess ships, their newer ones, they're very small. If you sail on some of the, I think, Holland America ships, their balconies were a bit bigger, and I do remember once having like a lounge chair. Obviously, if you booked like a suite, you would have a much bigger balcony, and you may have a chair and table and also lounge chairs. But of course, the more expensive your cabin is, the nicer, I guess, your balcony will be. Also, if you book in a suite, a lot of the cruise lines have special lounges for their suite guests, where you can go in at any time of the day. There's snacks, games, just a quiet place just for the suite guests. Nobody else is allowed in there. I like to have a balcony or a mini suite when possible, simply because I always like to know where I'm going. I like to get up in the morning when everybody else is sleeping and just go and sit out on the balcony, watch the sun come up. I just love to sit and relax and watch the water. It's very, very relaxing. It's also nice to, when you're coming into port, just to go outside and, you know, watch the whole process. There are some cons with balconies. They can be noisy. And I have found in the last few years of cruising, people are becoming more and more, how shall I say, inconsiderate. There's a lot of slamming doors at all hours of the night, which can be very annoying, especially if you're a light sleeper. You want to be mindful of the location of your cabin. You want to take a look at the deck plan and know what is above, below, and beside your cabin. We just got back from a 10-day Southern Caribbean cruise, and we were offered an upgrade. I wanted to turn it down. My husband was, no, let's take it, because we had booked a balcony and we were upgraded to a beautiful mini suite. And I actually made a video about that cabin so people could take a peek if they were interested in what a mini suite looked like on a Princess cruise ship. And I will link it here so you can go and take a peek if you're interested. It was by far one of the nicest cabins I've ever stayed in. The problem was it was on deck 15, and above it was a bar. I had did some research before leaving, and I found that the bar closed at 10 p.m. I thought, no problem. Well, all night long, all you could hear was the screeching of the wicker furniture above us. Somebody dragged it all night long. My husband, who could sleep through a bulldozer running beside him, couldn't even sleep. So, if you get an upgrade, you want to maybe just give it some thought, because an upgrade is not always necessarily the best choice. At least that's what I found in my experience. Sometimes as well, you may get an upgrade next to an elevator or a high traffic area near the stairwell. Well, it may not bother you if you're a very sound sleeper, but for somebody who is a very light sleeper, that can be quite annoying, because you're going to hear people coming home to their cabins at all hours of the night, and it's going to be hard for you to get some rest. So you just want to be mindful of where the location of your cabin is. You don't want it to be near like the elevator, a nightclub, the pool is another one that I would not want to be near, or the restaurant. But again, that is just my personal preference. It may not bother you at all. Cruising is such a personal choice, and the cruise lines are adapting to this now. When I started cruising 20 years ago, there was very little choice. Nowadays, it really truly is a nice way to spend a vacation, because you can be as formal as you want or as informal as you want. I hope that this video has helped you in some way. If you had any questions about the different types of cabins on a cruise ship. Of course, I am not familiar with every cruise line. I have sailed mostly with Princess, Holland America, and Celebrity. I would say my personal preference in order of favorites would be in that order: Princess, Holland America, and then Celebrity. But as I said, cruising is very personal. It's personal choice. I can only share with you what my experience is, and hopefully shed some light on something you may not have considered before. And if you're new to cruising, you may be unfamiliar with the different category types. So if you like this video, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments or questions, I would love to chat with you. Just send me a comment in the comment section below. So thanks so much for your time, Have a wonderful day, and I will see you very soon. And bon voyage, enjoy your cruise. Take care, everyone. Bye.